How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. So the Packers just released their Thursday injury report just about a few minutes ago, and it doesn't look like much has changed from yesterday, but let's go right into it. So first off, it seems like every week, David Bakhtiari is on the injury report with that knee injury. He did not participate yesterday, and he did not participate today. At this rate, week by week, we're pretty much not going to know if David Bakhtiari is going to start for us till come probably about Saturday night or Sunday morning, when they officially state it. But as of right now, he did not participate today or yesterday. So he might be held out this Sunday, but he did play the entire game against the Buffalo Bills. So we're unsure if this is potentially just rest because of that knee. Next up, Devondre Campbell. This is a huge hit, especially at inside linebacker, pretty much our leader in the middle. He did not participate yesterday, and he did not participate today with that knee injury. He sustained it shortly after Quay Walker went out due to an ejection for pushing a player or a coach, whatever that guy was, and didn't return to the game. And it looked like he had a bit of a limp. And it's also unknown how severe this knee injury is, but as of right now, they could be taking the long approach, at least for this week, and just letting him heal up. But as of right now, there is no status if he will be available for this. But as of right now, there's no status of what is entirely wrong with his knee, if it's serious or minor, or if they're just letting him rest. So he's good to go on Sunday. Hopefully, we'll know more tomorrow after tomorrow's practice. Next, Shemar Jean-Charles, once again, for the past few weeks, has an ankle injury and hasn't participated, and doesn't look like anything's going to change this week, and he'll most likely not play this week against the Lions. Next, we have Elgton Jenkins. A slight change with him. He did not play last week with a knee injury after it was suddenly he showed up on the injury report. On this week's injury report, though, it is showing a knee/foot injury, different from last week's just knee injury. Yesterday, he didn't participate, but today he was a limited participant, so he was back out there on the field. There hasn't been any real details about why he didn't play last week. They just held him out. And in his replacement last week against the Bills, Zach Tom got the start for all offensive snaps at left guard. The first half was very scary. Dude looked like he was getting pushed around, but it looked like he finally settled in the second half and started holding his own. And actually, they allowed him to help on some trap plays and allowed him to pull on several of those run plays. So as of right now, we're still a little unsure of how the left side of our line is going to look, especially with Bakhtiari and Jenkins just being kind of unknowns till Sunday. Next up, Al Lazard was a limited participant yesterday and today, so that is an improvement over last week where he did not participate. With that shoulder injury he sustained against the Commanders, this is nice to see that it does seem like he is trending in the right direction. He could play this week against the Detroit Lions, although I feel like the Packers might still hold him out for one more week because the Packers don't like to rush their players back soon. So I feel like he will not play this week, and we'll just keep with our current receiver group with potentially Christian Watson, Samori Toure, Sammy Watkins, Amari Rodgers, and Romeo Doubs. Next up, we have Mercedes Lewis. He did not participate today, and he didn't participate yesterday. This is typical veteran rest, week in, week out. Same deal. He'll be there Sunday. Next, we have Aaron Rodgers, still with that right thumb injury. He was a limited participant out there on Wednesday, which was slightly different, but it seems like the quarterback said he needed to be out there Wednesday to probably get on the same page with the receivers and get some reps in, and he was a limited participant today as well. So either he's really trying to get those reps in and try to get on the same page with those receivers, and or that thumb is starting to feel a little bit better and healing appropriately, and healing to where it's not going to be as much of a detriment as it was in the past few weeks when he was definitely missing throws. Not saying it was because of the thumb injury, but I'm sure it did play a part in him missing some throws. Next up, we have Preston Smith on the injury report with a shoulder and neck injury. Not much reports of when he possibly sustained this, and it doesn't look like it's actually hampered him too much. He was a limited participant yesterday and today, and I believe he'll probably still be a limited or full participant tomorrow the way things are going, and he'll be active for this week against the Lions. So I'm not too worried about his injury designation, and it's probably just a minor injury that they're just keeping an eye on. Then lastly, we have Christian Watson, who did not participate yesterday, but he was a limited participant today who is still in concussion protocol that he sustained very early in the game against the Bills. He hasn't cleared concussion protocol. We'll definitely know more tomorrow if he has cleared it. And if he does clear it, he should be active against the Lions, as it looks like they're not listing that hamstring injury. So his hamstring is probably pretty good, and he won't have to worry about it going forward, hopefully. But we know how soft tissue injuries tend to go, and you never really know where you're fully at till come game day and you really push that hamstring. And now, a couple of roster moves that the Packers did make. We are getting a little bit healthy despite that injury list being a tad bit longer. The Packers did designate Chris Barnes to come back from IR along with Kylan Hill. So we're definitely getting some depth, not in just running back, but potentially our kick returners to replace Amari Rodgers, which I'm completely for, because Amari Rodgers is just not the guy for kick returning. And to get some linebacker depth, especially with Devondre Campbell's knee injury, and we're not sure how severe that could be. Having him, especially with also how Quay Walker's been playing, having McDuffie and Chris Barnes behind those two would definitely help us, especially in run situations, especially since Chris Barnes is a pretty good run defender for us. It's nice to have him back and try to potentially keep those linebackers a little bit fresh and cycle in Quay Walker, because he's still a rookie and he's had his fair shares of mess ups. So I'm not writing the rookie off, but I don't think he should start entirely. That about summarizes the injury report and a couple of the roster moves we made in the past 2 days. So let me know what you think down in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.